when the left tells you people are born this way, that was an invention. We came up with that in the 90s and in the 80s to get at the religious right, who was saying, you know, love the sinner but hate the sin. So the gay lobby were like, well, what if we're like women or blacks? What if we don't have a choice? That makes them bigots. So they came up with this born this way thing, which really has no basis in science at all. All the science suggests that it's a mixture of nature and nurture. My own attitude to this has always been, we are all messy, complicated people. And sometimes we're in pain, and sometimes we're confused, and sometimes we don't know what we want. The progressive left insists that we acknowledge their bizarre, complex ways of describing themselves. They're genderqueer, polyamorous, whatever. But if you say you're a gay Catholic or a gay conservative, suddenly their heads explode. I think if I were to take a straight pill, my career would be over. But I think I probably would, and I'll tell you why. And I've never really heard this from any other gay people, but it always seems very obvious to me. It's not about bigotry or homophobia. Because we could live in a perfect society, and in many ways we pretty much do, you know, where people are not discriminated against on the basis of their sexuality. But for me, and I'm sorry for some of this is going to be TMI for some of you. For me, not being able to create a child with a person you love, you know, while you're loving them, always, you know, I mean, that gets you, you know? Like, you notice that. It's like, that's, oh, okay. And at some point, when I'm tired of triggering special snowflakes on campuses, and... yeah, well, no, thank you. No, look, I do it for you. At some point, I'm going to get tired of that, and I might quite like a little Milo. And, you know, under normal mechanics, that's not possible. And for that reason, I think I would take the pill, yeah. And I think it's I don't find that, you know, the left, of course, if you have any even slightly nuanced position on your own identity, they will call you self-loathing. Well, I think it's fairly obvious I don't hate myself. I don't hate anything about myself, but that doesn't mean that if I didn't think about it carefully, I might not choose a different path. Unfortunately, I think at this stage I'm probably locked in.